Hello everybody, this is Winn Hardin. We're at Manufacturing Matters and we're recording a live episode here at the A3 Business Forum in Orlando, Florida. Today I'm with a few representatives of PBC Linear and Applied Cobotics. I'm sitting next to, I've got David Dieter to my right here, who is, president of PBC Linear. Got Beau Wileman, who is the director of Applied Cobotics, and Tim Stellmacher, who is director of sales at PBC Linear. Thanks for joining me today, guys. I really appreciate it.
Happy to be here.
Thanks for having us.
Fantastic. So I'm still getting to know PBC Linear a little bit. I was wondering if, David, you might be able to kick us off and tell us a little bit about the motion control solutions you guys have.
Absolutely. This year, 2023, is actually our 40th anniversary of being in business. So PBC Linear, founded in 1983 by Bob Schrader and the Schrader family that owns it today. So it's a privately owned business. We are in the motion control industry, provide components and mechatronics for motion control applications, a lot of B2B stuff, right? So a lot of solutions that we've evolved over time, and we're going to talk a little bit about some of the components that we sell today, is also what we are going to be releasing new. It's exciting. We're really excited about our future.
That's very cool. So I look forward to hearing about what's latest in motion control. Tim, why don't you lay on for us, what are some of those product lines and what are the specialties?
Yeah, absolutely. And so it's an exciting time here at PBC. We are going to be introducing our small diameter ball screw line at the SLAS show, which is at the end of February.
Down in San Diego, I think.
San Diego, correct.
Fantastic.
And so 6, 8, 10 millimeter small diameter ball screw, U.S. made, which is rare and we're excited about. It is also a product that's going to be from stock and be able to get in a hurry. So lab automation is that particular show.
Right.
So medical field, that type of thing. We're also excited just to push our standard lines of simplicity bearings, which is the core of the business. When we go back 40 years, that's where we started. That's what we did.
Right.
And it's still the base of our business, so we continue to push that. We're also excited about our Hevi-Rail product, which is it's a product that when you get into those heavy applications, it's a very unique product to us, and nobody else has it. So from kind of bottom to top, we have the most diverse line in the bearing industry, and it's exciting.
Fantastic. Do you also do some of the actuation on that a little bit?
We do, absolutely. So yeah, we have, we go from just the bearing to full systems that include a motor, belt-driven, ball screw-driven now. So yes, we have a wide range.
Very
I would
nice.
add that we're heavily vertically integrated too. Very innovative processes. We have, over 40 years, have had to instill a lot of automation processes because the founder and the family have all been innovative in nature, and it's really the backbone of our business. So from a lot of things that we have learned, we not only process, but also into the products that we make day in and day out. So I've been in the motion control industry myself, bringing some of that knowledge in leading previous businesses, and I'm really excited about the future with it. And the ball screw is the next thing that we're adding on with the lead screw. So screw is one of the areas that we have a lot of focus and definition going forward.
That's fantastic. That's great. Now, as I look, and I know we got some even more advanced innovations from the Applied Cobotics side we're going to talk about. But if I could, real quick, I know that as I looked at PBClinear.com, which is a heck of a website if you guys haven't visited it recently, it's very easy to find information and components that these guys provide, which I think has been a big engine of what their success over the last 40 years in the Chicagoland area. I noticed that some of the applications that you guys go in for, food and beverage, I noticed that there's lab automation. Tim, you mentioned that earlier. Packaging is important to you. Some medical instrumentation and devices also. So that means that you guys are really into precision components, as well as rugged components and things that can stand up to not just our standard industrial processes, but wash downs and can maintain that surface hardness, texture, and precision. So.
Yeah, it's an exciting product because really we're in many industries. Here at A3, they just talked about agriculture, which in my prior company was kind of where I was at. So I dealt with John Deere a lot, and the fact that agriculture is, you're thinking corn, and it's becoming more and more automated, and they need a product like the Pacific bearing, liner, no grease, out in the field. It's something that they can, put in and forget, which is a great thing.
I'll tell you, for me, agriculture is just one of the most exciting markets. I know if you think about farm, although I love farms myself, spent some time in Nebraska when I was a younger man.
Yeah.
But just the automation of that. Harvesters are highly specialized and automated pieces of equipment already. But when we can get to resource management, limiting water, using fewer pesticides, better yields and productivity, using robots, imaging, all these various automation systems, that's pretty exciting too. So you guys have weathered the COVID storm and everything else really well. You've been able to maintain an upward trajectory for decades now. I understand that there were some really interesting ways that you were able to apply new technologies at PBC Linear to keep up with demand. You want to tell us a bit about that?
Absolutely. So let's, going into 2020, the pandemic hit,
Right.
and a lot of our workforce is right at the edge of that retirement age. So right when it hit, a lot of them took that early retirement, got out, before everything was too shut down, and
Sure.
that left a huge gap in our business.
Right.
So our owner invested in something like 20, 25 cobots to fill those gaps and
Right.
get everything set up. But when we did that, we noticed, even though we had the cobots there, we were still running into issues with the parts being fed to the cobots and the cobots running.
Right.
So they'd run as long as someone was there to feed them, but that was kind of defeating the purpose of, solving that pain of not having those workers.
Right.
So we had to really kind of create our own ways using our own, linear motion components to kind of bridge that gap.
Right.
So that's kind of where the Applied Cobotics brand came from. Our new system, the Cobot Feeder, is our owner posed a challenge to get cobots running longer.
Right.
And so some of the engineers on the team put together this rough prototype using some of our components, and it started working perfectly.
Outstanding. Outstanding. And it's an interesting point. It's not about replacing workers. It's about keeping up with the growth of automation demands in the marketplace. 40 years of doing it the hard way, working hard every single day is still what you guys are doing and always will be. PBC, has a fantastic facility, again, right outside Chicago, near Schaumburg. I think you're not too far from
Rockford area.
Rockford area.
Rockford. So, but there's just not machinists and good assemblers. They're just not falling off trees. And so, as I understand it, and correct me if I'm wrong, will the Cobot Feeder itself, in addition to being able to run a little bit lights out, so on shifts where you may not have people on, does it also offer the opportunity for one experienced machinist to maybe supervise more systems?
Absolutely. Yeah, it's something you set up at the beginning of your shift and then walk away, maybe reset it, refill some parts at the end of the shift, and then come back in the morning and you have all those parts ready for you.
Wow.
In the end, it makes that job more exciting because it's not, I don't have to feed that. That back-breaking part of my job is not there anymore. So now I can go and I can, like you said, oversee 5 machines, no back-breaking, but I'm excited to do it. I'm excited to get up and go to work because of it. So.
With unemployment at all-time lows, we are all competing for that labor workforce. So if you've got a good culture, and technology, and we don't talk enough about that, technology is something that really can up a company's game and visibility, help attract the workers, those the good workers, and keep the ones that you have happy and with new challenges, growth potential. That's fantastic. So how do you handle product turnover? Is the Cobot Feeder, I believe that's the name that you guys have chosen.
Yep.
Is that a pretty flexible solution? Do we have to do a lot of machining to enable a new blank or?
No, we work well with high mix or high volume. You load up the system and it's got 17 individual trays.
Gotcha.
So, say you're running tray 1 through 10 with part A, and the other one's with another part. You really just have to set it up, let it go, and as long as your cobot is able to, have the variations in your program, you can run whatever parts you want with no turnover time.
That's outstanding.
One value we provide with it as well is we custom form these molds. So any part you can throw at us, we can create a mold for you, and it'll work perfectly with our system.
Right.
Some of this feedback that we're getting from the trade shows is that flexibility is extremely important, and also the footprint. The fact that you can take our unit and be able to not move other machines within their plant. You can. It's got a small footprint. It can hold over 1,000 parts at times. So when we were at IMTS, people were coming and they were like, "That footprint's amazing because we're able to put that right next to our machine without moving anything else.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden we're, lights out. So
Right.
the flexibility of it is huge, and the footprint.
I know there's a few solutions out in that space that are, large engineered, very expensive. It's my understanding that yours is a much more mobile, cost-effective, and flexible solution, which is fantastic for that small and medium. Sounds great to me, machine shop, right? Where, as you said, you've got the machines all in a row in a configuration, don't have a lot of extra real estate, so we can move this feeder system around very quickly and easily, and serve lots of different jobs.
Yep.
Yeah.
How fast can you turn around a new mold or new nest for a new part?
If it's the first time we're doing it, I mean, we've gotten pretty quick at it. It's a day or two to make the mold, get it over to the customer, form as many trays as they need.
Right.
So it's a pretty quick process. And for customers going from job to job within their system, the Cobot's already so great at storing that program in the data and calling upon it whenever it needs to that,
Right.
As long as you can switch out the tooling in your machine, you're good to go.
Fantastic.
That's your limiting factor is your machine, but yeah.
And it's your plan to be robotic agnostic, I think, if I
It
understand
is.
correctly.
Yes.
So what do we have APIs for right now? What's our current compatibility?
Well, currently anything that can plug into it with a few discrete I/O. So
Right.
yeah, just about anything.
Beautiful. I think I heard that you were at launch. You were going to be working a little bit with Universal Robots,
Yes.
which is, of course, the leader in the cobot marketplace. If you're going to go big, that's for sure. So that's wonderful, and a really trusted solution too.
Yeah, they've been a great partner so far. With us, we're getting close to being UR Plus certified, and just the partnership. We have a Cobot that we have the shows, and they've helped us along, and their knowledge has been great. So they've been a great partner.
And you see them today, they're focused on expanding their machine tending market, the market share. So there's working with them to help ensure that we integrate the software, and they've been a great partner so far. We're really excited about it. This spring and the Q1, we're going to be at that point that we're going to be working very closely with them and pushing
great.
a solution into their distribution channel. So,
It seems to me that, actually, let me just pose this question back to you, Beau. So Cobot Feeder is going to come out this year. It's going to really be a fantastic tool in the toolbox for getting more productivity out of Cobot work cells. Probably sounds like machine tending is kind of a first app that we're going to focus on.
Yeah, big pain point for people. So that's a great place for us to start.
Yeah, BLS, Bureau of Labor Statistics, has said that there's just tens of thousands of unfilled machinist positions that are going to be unfilled over the next 5-10 years. So it's not really a question of whether this would be nice to have. This is a need to have.
It is.
For a lot of small shops who want to stay active.
yeah, the idea is to solve the pain, because that pain's not going to be going away anytime soon, and let alone sell the value of it, let alone from an ROI calculation and what it can bring from an efficiency standpoint on labor and capacity, being able to be lights out all night long. But the idea of solving that pain, it's hard. That's what we struggled with in 2020.
Right.
Was not having enough operators that were trained, and it's not easy to do, and just not having the people. So again, it goes back to the original theme about PBC Linear, is the innovation that's within the company. It's the best I've ever seen in any company I've been a part of, and it's just unique. So we built it for ourselves, and now we're commercializing it. So we're really excited about it.
Fantastic. That's fantastic. So I know you don't want to share too much of the future product roadmap, right, David? But I was wondering, can you give us maybe some insights? What's next? Your CF comes out. We're going to be marketing that. You guys are going to be marketing that early in this year. But what's the next step for CF? What can we expect in its future?
Product innovation. We're gonna, we'll go to 2.0. That's on the table, right, in early discussions. The biggest thing that I think we have challenge with right now is, we have a limited amount of resources. If you look down the road at what we're doing and where this is, and solving that pain out there,
right.
Working with UR, the potential is amazing. It's just, it's unbelievable. I think about it, and I'm just smiling just thinking about it. It's for us, for PBC, we only have so much resources to capture that opportunity.
Yeah.
So what we're also looking for is to talking to potential partners that might be able to want to jump in and partner up with us, help us to gather some of these resources that we need, so we could really accelerate our ability to get to market and really get more market share here. There's just a ton of potential here. We're really excited about it, and we're looking to see if we can find other partners that want to get on board with us.
That's fantastic. And this will be under the Applied Cobotics, we're thinking?
Applied Cobotics brand. PBC Linear has had various brands. 3DP is another one. If you look at 3DP, it's another example of innovation being commercialized. Applied Cobotics is another innovation of being commercialized.
Right.
And Lee Linear is another one of our brands. But Applied Cobotics, that's the brand that's going to really take us in the future along with our core product today. So we're extremely excited about it.
That's a bright future. I mean, I remember a stat I heard not too long ago is somewhere like 24 to 25,000 new CNC machines going every year into the marketplace. You know, and the bulk of those have to be the smaller to medium-sized units. You know, not total vertical machine systems centers, but although this might have applicability there too, depending on the layout. So that's fantastic. That's really cool. Well, I look forward, maybe, you know, this summer when Automate comes around, we can have another conversation real quick, see what the progress has been made at that time and hear more about 2.0. Cobot Feeder 2.0.
We'll have some more definition at that point.
We will be there, and we're looking forward to that show. So.
We will be too. Look really forward to it.
Yep.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for joining Some Manufacturing Matters, and until the next episode, make sure that manufacturing matters to you and everyone around you. See you soon.